How to create wealth on your current income. Let's talk about that. Those of you that have a job, you're wondering, what else can I do? I spend all the money that I make. I have a complete strategy that will help all of you start creating wealth today. Doesn't matter how much you make. The three things I want to talk about is the number one misconception about wealth building altogether. And it's completely wrong. Cannot wait to tell you that. Number two, the obvious, what you can do right now to make more money. And number three, what you do with your assets. Do you go into debt, not go into debt? How do you leverage? So let's begin. First of all, let's talk about the number one misconception. I hear it all the time. It is the number one excuse people say, I can't come work with you. I need to go get out of debt. You're never going to get out of debt. In fact, what you have to know about debt, number one, it's just the cost of money. That's it. That is the cost of money. So you're either going to pay a lot of interest for your money or you're going to get paid interest for your money because you're going to become the bank. The other thing you need to know about debt is that it is inheritable. My son and I just had that conversation. He's like, Mom, we have all this debt that's leveraging at great assets. And he said, are you going to fix that before you pass? I said, no. Why would I ever pay off 1.8, 2.2% debt on an asset that's making 18, 20, 22%. Why would I pay that off just because I'm going to get off the planet? Before I get off the planet, I'm going to put you on the loans, right? And you're going to put your sister on the loans, and we're just going to pass it on. It's going to go from me to you, and you just keep going. And it was just like, I could tell in his eyes, it was revolutionary. Like, really? This is how it works? It's how it works. I think a lot of people think, oh, when you die, pay off all the debt. It's one of the biggest mistakes when people pass. They burn all the capital to pay off debt and then begin again. That it was never planned like that. So those of you that are going to pass on your wealth to somebody else, please, you've got to get involved. Subscribe right now to my channel, get everyone who's going to inherit your money on the channel, notifications on, and let's start a year conversation. Minimum is my request, that every day, 5 days a week, I get you to listen to me. All right. So back to that misconception. You do not have to pay off debt. In fact, I'm probably going to get you into a lot more good debt. Like, why pay off your car? I had a very young 20-something-year-old new client, and she had $24,000 left on her car. She had graduated to college, and her parents kept giving her pressure, pay off your car, pay off your car. No, I want that $24,000 put away to start creating wealth. And even at 10%, she'll make $2,400 a year. That's $200 a month. Pay the extra $200 to pay off the car slower. So you're going to get out of debt, just not the way you think. And a lot of you, you're burning principal amounts of cash. Coming up with $20,000, $30,000, $100,000 of cash that you can put to work to then start compounding is more work than getting out of debt and then starting from nothing. Getting out of debt is what? Just like an interesting feeling for a minute, and then you start using your cards again the next day and you're back in debt. It's such an illusion and so mistaught. So let's just get over that one. The third thing I do want to tell you about debt is debt not only is the cost of money in that it is inheritable and you're going to have it to leverage to keep your principal. The big one is the only reason you are in bad debt, if you are in bad debt, is because you want a bigger lifestyle. So the cool thing, because I'm not Susie Orman, I'm not going to say go live within your means. I'm going to say keep growing your means. But to do that, you got to make more money. And the only reason you have debt, most people, is because you outlived your paycheck. Right? Your paycheck's gone. Now you're like, oh, but I need these things. And so you start using your credit card. And then it keeps going. But the problem isn't the debt. The problem is your income. You're not making enough money. So let's solve the problem, which is point number 2 of this video. How do you make more money and put all that money to work? I love when people come to me and they are employed and we get them an entrepreneurial venture going. And I said, we're not going to increase your lifestyle. Everything you make in this new entrepreneurial venture, because you're already used to living on your paycheck. Now let's put all the extra money away. I don't care if it's only $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month, $100,000 a month. 100% of it for at least the first 1, 2, 3 years is all going to new assets. And they look at me like I have lost my mind. And I said, just think about it. And here's what I'd like you to do. I don't want you to leave my video, but at some point in the next few days, go out and get a compounding calculator. Just go out and say, I'm going to put in 100,000 or I'm going to put in 20,000. And let's just say you can make a simple interest 12%, and you do it for 20 years. What is 20,000 going to make you in 20 years? Look at a Roth IRA. You can totally put money into a Roth IRA, and inside the Roth you can load it up $6,000 a year. You do that for 20 years for your kids, from 0 to 20. That's only $500 a month per kid. And some of you out there, you're going to say, well, I can't afford it. Well, go make $500 more per kid. and put it away. Those kids will be millionaires if you just did the one thing. The compounding power of money, right? The 8th wonder of the world, the 9th wonder of the world, the 10th wonder of the world. It's phenomenal, but you got to start right away. Even in our new book, Make Your Kids Millionaires, Kyle and I talk a lot about just putting a little bit of money away. So if your kid makes, $10 a week, $20 a week, $30 a month, they put a portion away and they get it invested. The reason why I love a Roth is they can't touch it. They can't get it out. They can't loan from it. It is parked away for later in life, and it's only $6,000 a year. I have all my student athletes doing it. They freak out. They're like, oh my gosh, but Loral, I need. I said, nope. Half of the money goes to your Roth until it's loaded. And if all you did for 20 years is load that Roth, which you can't get till later, you'll pay huge penalties if you do, and then I'll have to do something else and we'll have all sorts of consequences. It's critical. Cannot tell you how powerful the compounding power of money. Start your kids young, start now. If you're just watching this video, you got to start today. So let's go to the next concept. What do? You start making some more money. So at the end of the video, I'm going to give you 2 tickets. I'm going to tell you to go to the greatest event. I do it every 3 weeks. It's called the Millionaire Intensive and Marketplace, where you get the experience of actually making money online through Zoom. You say, well, I don't have anything to sell. That's all right. We have a whole coaching process in a way that we're going to get you there to come up with an offer. When you learn to create new cash out of nothing from a product and service that you have to sell, you can sell these glasses, you can sell CBD, you can sell wine, you can sell whatever you want to sell. You have to sell something to make more money to another person. See, we're not taught any of these skills in school. We're never taught marketing, sales, or cash flow. And they're the 3 critical entrepreneurial skill sets. So again, if you're employed, perfect. We're going to get an entrepreneurial venture. You're going to put all that money away. If you're living on everything, again, we got to make some more money. Use your skills, do something, make more money. You know how many teachers that I have in this economy that now have tutoring businesses? If you are bilingual, you have any language skills, you are so hireable across so many talent bases. So we're going to come up with ways for you to make new money, and all new money will be put away so you can create new income and start creating wealth now. So again, if you haven't subscribed, make sure we get that done on the video right now. Click the notification button. If you have questions about what's coming up or just about what your skill sets are, what you could do, put it in the comments. We have somebody out here every day moderating. We'll get right back to you. And the last thing that I want to talk about before we end is leveraging assets. So what do you do when you start putting your money away? Well, number one, we're a huge fan of iFlip. So iFlip is a software. It's an app. You're going to download it. It's free. You start putting some money in there. They also, that same company can get you a free Roth. So now you can get that set up. Start putting money away. The pattern of your money that I need to see from you is not make, spend. It's make, invest. And then you spend third, right? So you make and invest, always invest to put that money away and get it compounding for yourself. So when you look at what else you can invest in, look at real estate. Right? What can you do to get into the real estate market? Even if you had to partner in with other people, get into some crowdfunding. You can buy into some equity deals and get some real estate through some crowdfunding opportunities. There's amazing real estate companies that are offering that opportunity for lower amounts of dollars. If you have kids, it's really fun to have your kids believe and think. You have the LLC, but you're gonna actually go invest and tell the kid it's their house, it's their apartment. I've done that with my kids since they were little. They identify with certain apartment buildings. That's mine, those doors are mine, those people pay me rent. So this is just part of a generational wealth building that I want you to get started, but you got to start today. So no matter what you're doing to invest, I do have to bring you back to one thing called due diligence, is how do you do some research before you get into an investment. So in my wealth cycle investing book, I have a whole chapter on due diligence. I have due diligence checklist. So go grab that book. It's up on Amazon. It's my Millionaire Maker's Guide to Wealth Cycle Investing. So get that book and get into some due diligence so you understand money rules. You understand what's right for you and your family. And what I want you to do right now, as we wrap up this video, is I want you to take my financial personality quiz. It's going to put you into one of 4 profiles. And whatever profile you're in, I'm going to give you some tips and techniques on how to move from where you are to where you need to be. And then we're going to follow it up with an application to meet with one of our senior team members. So as that application comes, if there's something that you heard in the video about getting incorporated or getting a Roth, write it on the profile, write it on the application, talk to one of my team members. And the other thing that will come in that follow-up email will be 2 tickets to our marketplace. And I expect to see you there learning to make new money and put all that money to wealth for new income. Talk to you tomorrow.